The Beatles' highly publicized breakup is often viewed through the lens of the 1960s music scene and the cultural movements they helped shape. However, the consequences of their separation extended far beyond music charts and popular trends. For Paul McCartney, John Lennon, George Harrison, and Ringo Starr, it represented a deep personal shift. They weren't just leaving behind a band, they were drifting away from close friends they had grown up with since their late teens and early 20s. In a 2016 BBC Radio 4 Mastertapes special, McCartney reflected on the emotional weight of the Beatles' dissolution. He likened the experience to a sentimental Barbershop song from 1929, which highlighted how profound the split had felt. By the time the band officially ended, tensions had escalated to the point where it wouldn't have been surprising if the members were eager to part ways. Still, each former Beatle later acknowledged that the strain of business complications and creative clashes had simply become overwhelming. Despite achieving unprecedented success, the group from Liverpool disbanded after less than 10 years and embarked on separate paths, both personally and musically. McCartney openly admitted that the entire process left him in a state of emotional distress. He confessed that it had been an incredibly depressing time, emphasizing that anyone in his position would likely feel the same. He expressed that breaking away from friends he had considered like brothers was incredibly painful. He drew a parallel to the camaraderie of military service, explaining that it felt as though lifelong army buddies were now going their separate ways, never to reunite. To capture the emotional weight of the moment, McCartney drew comparisons to "Wedding Bells Are Breaking Up, That Old Gang of Mine," a Barbershop tune from 1929. The song, which laments the fading of childhood friendships in the face of adult commitments like marriage, resonated with McCartney as it mirrored the growing divide between him and his former bandmates, particularly as Lennon became increasingly involved with Yoko Ono. By the time the Beatles ended in the late 1960s, McCartney had spent his entire adult life alongside the group. The shock of the breakup, paired with the uncertainty of what came next, left him feeling devastated. He admitted during Mastertapes that he wasn't even sure whether he would continue pursuing music at all. The idea of forming a new band, performing again, and emerging from the enormous shadow of the Beatles seemed overwhelming and nearly impossible to him. Struggling with these feelings, McCartney turned to alcohol as a way to escape. It was Linda McCartney, his wife, who encouraged him to regain control of his life. Her support was instrumental in his decision to start Wings. According to McCartney, he appreciated the idea of starting fresh with a new band, even if they weren't very good at first. He recalled people criticizing Linda's lack of skill on the keyboard, and he acknowledged that the criticism was valid. But he also pointed out that Lennon himself had known how to play guitar when they started the Beatles.